Colson here at C2E2 2022. Subscribe to Raze Chaos.
Feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah! And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel on a Wednesday. And you know how Raze loves Wednesdays, because Wednesdays is New Comic Book Day. And Raze is particularly excited at this point because this is another one, you get, some of the covers that Raze has been covering lately have been a little lackluster. It'll either be like, oh, this is just another Moon Knight issue. It's like nothing particularly happens in this. Did a black and white cover. Didn't really hold the same magic as one of the full color covers. And aside from being part of Frank Miller's run, there was really nothing significant about that issue. But today is different. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 122. And this is so exciting. Raze's got to put this guy away, and Raze is going to talk about this. 1973. That is when this came out. And this issue, the issue before this is the one where the Green Goblin tosses Gwen Stacy off the bridge. Spider-Man throws his webs out, tries to catch her. Boom! Was she dead when Green Goblin threw her off? Did her neck snap from the recoil of being caught by the webbing? Oh, that's the big question. However, there is no mistaking that she would not be, whether she was dead or not, it wouldn't have happened had Green Goblin not gone after Gwen Stacy. And this is the follow-up issue. This is basically the death of Green Goblin, basically. This is the battle that happens after Spider-Man realizes Green Goblin just killed his girlfriend, the love of his life. And Spider-Man goes after him. And this is, and which, spoiler alert, it leads to Green Goblin's death. Spoiler alert, Norman Osborn's still alive, somehow. He did stay dead in the comics for a long time, because like I said, this happened in 1973, and it wasn't until way later, closer to the 2000s, before Norman Osborn made himself aware that he's alive still. That's why you had Harry Osborn take over the Green Goblin, and that's where the Green Goblin legacy continues to go, being passed down from person to person. That's where the Hobgoblin came from. It's just, that's what happens. This was part of where it all began. This was pretty much what helped make Green Goblin one of Spider-Man's foremost villains. And this is a very gorgeous cover. You have him on top of a pile of smoke on his Goblin glider. He's holding it. He's holding one of his pumpkin bombs. This is comic book history. I believe that there was a poll that was done like many years ago, and I believe that this issue was actually voted for Marvel as like, it was within the top 20 best Marvel issues of all time. And I think it's because of the drama that's going on in there, and you see Spider-Man working through his pain of having to deal with the person that just killed his girlfriend. And oh my God, it is so good. The whole issue is dedicated to Spider-Man in hot pursuit. I mean, there isn't let's see where he went. No, Spider-Man goes right after him. The whole issue is him just basically hot on the heels of Green Goblin and saying, "You're not getting away this time, dude. You're a habitual line stepper, and you have crossed the line." But yeah, this is a Target exclusive, and this is exactly what Raze thinks these comic book covers should be. Regardless of, oh, well, we want to do this character or that character. I'm like, pick some pivotal moments. It's issues like this is the reason Raze has a dedicated playlist and dedicated day to show off these comic book covers when they came out, because when they have them, they are just so rich with history, and Raze likes talking about the history. I saw an interview with Stan Lee. Stan Lee didn't know they were going to kill Gwen Stacy. And when he found this out, he thought, oh, we can't do that, because it was only a few issues prior, it wasn't too long before this, that they killed Captain Stacy, which is Gwen's dad. And, Stan Lee says, had he been in charge at that point, he wouldn't have let the story go, because that was too close to have them. If the whole thing wasn't a plan, then he wasn't going to let the second death happen, because he felt like two deaths in the same family was just way too close together, unless it was part of an overarching story, which it wasn't. Somebody did the death of Captain Stacy, and then they just came back and decided they were going to kill off Gwen immediately afterwards. But that wasn't part of the overall story as it was initially pitched. So yeah, that was one of those things. I love hearing stuff like that. Oh well, yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but like I said, it's within the top 20 Marvel comics of all time. So it's kind of hard to argue that it wasn't a cool idea. And I think the fact that Captain Stacy had just died brought a lot of weight to Gwen Stacy dying too, because now you got Spider-Man already feeling the guilt of Captain Stacy with Gwen, and now it's kind of like they did with the Amazing Spider-Man movies, where it was like Captain Stacy tells Peter Parker to protect Gwen, and then Spider-Man fails to do so. So yeah, another one of those hero's journey moments where really kind of tests whether Spider-Man is going to stay on the hero's journey or deviate. There are plenty of detours and road bumps on the hero's journey, and this was a big one for Peter Parker. But yeah, I just love the look on this. It's a great cover to begin with. It's even called The Goblin's Last Stand. And yeah, that is because the Goblin ain't gonna survive this encounter. And they really pitch it to you that way. And that's part of the reason why Green Goblin stayed out of the comics. They had a lot of stories of Norman Osborn's legacy after this. And how his death affected his family and everything around there, inspiring more Green Goblins. But of course, naturally, it's comics, so nobody really stays dead forever. Everybody comes back. And therefore makes it a little less. It takes the gravitas out of that original story. But it's still worth a read, just to see Spider-Man getting to that point of, yes, he resisted he basically is put to that point as to whether he goes after the Goblin with the intent of killing him. And while he does not actually kill the Goblin does end up dead. And it is because of Peter Parker's actions, and he has to carry that weight as well. But definitely go out and check out this story if you haven't already. I mean, I know that they've done it in the movies and everything, but that does not compare to an entire issue of Spider-Man and Green Goblin going back and forth. I mean, Goblin knows Spider-Man's identity at this point, and basically lets him know that he's going to torment him from forever. And yeah, seeing Spider-Man push to his limits, it's one of the better depictions of that, because Spider-Man's always pushed to his limits. But I've got a whole playlist of comic book covers you can check out. A lot more. This thankfully is a new character. Raze does get annoyed when they keep popping out like another Wolverine cover, another Scarlet Witch cover, another Thor cover. It's like, oh, give me individual characters. And in this case, I think they went the solid route by using Green Goblin, which they very easily could have done the Spider-Man on this cover and made it another Spider-Man cover. But, I mean, come on. It's the Goblin's last stand. Let the Goblin have the cover. So, overjoyed over having this. I am going to go ahead and get out of here now. But never forget, the life is full of odd moments. And you never know when you're going to be defined.